1-2. Hello and welcome to St Mary's Stadium in Southampton, and we're looking forward to the Under-14 PlayStation FC Inter-County Cup for Boys between Kent School and Sussex School. We're just everything's a little bit rushed at the moment, I could say, and we do have pictures from St Mary's, although not this picture you see on the screen. That's just one of our nice little backgrounds. But while we just wait for everything to be up and running, let's look through the two teams that are going to be entering the pitch. For Kent, it's Oliver Hamer in goal from St George's School in Gravesend, Bailey Cotton, right wing back from Howard School in Rainham, Hugo Taylor from St George's School in Gravesend, Dean Forbes from Darwick Wood School in Orpington, Harry Webster from Dane Court Grammar School in Broadstairs, Freddie Cowan from Ravenswood School in Bromley, Ben White, Harris Academy in Falconwood, Harry Waldock from the Queen's Elizabeth Grammar School, or Craigs of course is the nice short name, Faversham, Jacob Safa from Maidstone Grammar School for Boys, Jimmy Heisman from the Harvey Grammar School in Folkestone, and George Bowman from Ravenswood School in Bromley. As for the Sussex team, this is how they will line up. It's Alfie Mansell, who is from sorry, I'm just checking a few things there, from the Portslade Aldridge Community Academy, otherwise known as PACA. Kobe Farrell from Willingdon Community School, Kai Birchley from PACA, Matthew Hayden, the captain, from Chaley School, Luke State from Oriel High School, Harry Lawson from Tambridge House, Charlie Clayton from Blatchington Mill, Freddie Hammond from St Wilfrid's, Malik Mundoma from Long Hill High School, and Hayden Ferner from Lewes Priory, and Archie Eaton from Ardingly College. That's our starting lineup. And then on the benches, both teams, of course, this is a district selection, so this is going to be a really high quality of football. We've got full benches from both teams. So it's Carter Sullivan, the goalkeeper from King Henry School, Erith. It's Max Woodfine from Westland School, Sittingbourne. Josh Cleaver from Towers School, Ashford. Charlie Phillips from Maidstone Grammar School for Boys, and Marcel Toller from Haberdashers Crayford Academy. As for the subs on the Sussex side, it's Kian Morling from the Weald, Kobe Agbud from Blatchington Mill, Dylan Hurst from St Andrews, Theo Marion from Cardinal Newman, and Archie Nelson from Beeds. Well, very pleased to say we do have pictures coming in from St Mary's. It's been a bit of a rush to get everything set up in time, but well done to Sean Duran, who's put in a big shift, and I think we've got a slight delay on the kickoff as well. Just everything's been a little bit rushed this morning, I think, fair to say, but we are all up and running. Those are our pictures, live pictures here from St Mary's. What a beautiful day it is out there as well. Really wonderful conditions. Well, we are waiting the teams. They have obviously delayed the kickoff by a few minutes, which I think is good news for us in particular. But we are just now ready for the teams to come out. I didn't mention the And of course these are very important people to mention on the teams, but Mr. R. Crutchfield, Mr. A. Rains and Mr. N. Crutchfield are the managers of the Kent schools, with Miss L. James as physio. A little bit more informal is Chris Emmond. He's the manager for Sussex, with Adam Harris the coach, George Hans the physio and Lawrence Sandard the goalkeeper coach. Well, you're very welcome to join us here live at St Mary's. Wonderful. Always a pleasure to see top class schools football, and well, even more so with district football as well. Really high level abilities will be on show here. These are well, on paper and should be on grass, the best players from the district representing that district. Although of course it has been a very strange season. Of course I've said it many times already on many of the matches we've had with COVID, etc. Usually teams will have 6 or 7 rounds to get through to the finals. Of course districts is a lesser number, because you can only have one district entering from that district, and whereas with schools of course you get hundreds potentially. So getting through to the final, there's been a number of byes for teams, but Kent actually just playing one match to get here against South Yorkshire, away at South Yorkshire, so in the Sheffield-Chesterfield area, and that was a 2-1 extra time win with Jacob Saffa and Charlie Phillips scoring goals. See the Kent team in white just getting ready down there. So there, yeah, we're not going to have kick-off for a little while, it seems now. So it was due to be a 2 o'clock. I'm just having a look. It's a 2:15 start. What's the panic over? 2:15, plenty of time. As you see, Kent are going back in. So we apparently we are going to start at 2:20. I've just been told. So we will. It gives everybody a little chance to have a breather, including myself. Well done, Sean, over there on his own, operating our main camera. It's and it's a shame, really. Of course, there should have been an under-18 game here yesterday, and of course that was called off with a big outbreak in the Hartbury school area, which of course has affected them in a number of areas already. We should have covered a rugby match with them against Saracens a few weeks ago, and there's definitely and there's been other instances as well which has affected Hartbury. So the whole University College has sort of been closed early. In fact, I've literally just had a message from Hartbury saying some of their finals events are also off. They're really just closing things off for the summer now, and you really can't blame them with this current situation, crazy as it is. St Mary's looking really good. We've obviously got a number of parents, all socially distanced of course, up in one area of the stand by the looks of it, and come to support their team. We are on the south coast. I can hear seagulls in the distance. Isn't that brilliant? We are definitely on the coast here. And of course Sussex versus Kent. Well, this is a match that certainly suits both teams, the location, etc. I suppose we're very close to. I don't think we're in Sussex, are we, down here? But we're not far off away. Remember, I actually even played myself once. I used to play, and I actually played for the Sussex County as an adult, and it was all. I think we came down this neck of the woods to play a game, but it's a beautiful area, and what a pitch this is! What a ground this is! A little bit different from Bedell, where Southampton used to play. Little tight ground, all the fans on top. This is a really wonderful purpose-built stadium, and of course it won't be long before we'll be seeing seats all full of people, and in fact we're even seeing it on TV, aren't we, with the Euros in some of the countries. We do have more action on ESFA TV as well, with more, so always keep an eye on the YouTube channel. We covered some internationals just a few weeks ago with England and boys and girls both getting run-outs. England girls just losing out to Scotland in what was a really highly entertaining match. Great Scottish team came south to Newcastle to play the English and took the honours on that one. And then the England under-18 boys, they had a great victory against the Harrogate Academy team. Really highly competitive match. It was 6-1 in the end, but I think the score did flatter the England team just a little bit. Well, I'm going to just take a quick break for a minute here, and we'll be back very shortly. But the match will be due to kick off in about 10 minutes. Well, there has been a late bit of news that just crept through to me here. We announced the teams a little bit earlier on, but one of them is that Carter Sullivan is going to start in goal, wearing the number 1, and Oliver Hamer, who was down to start, is just dropped down. So try and find out the reason, whether there was a little injury or anything in warm-up there, but what a place to play a game of football. Look at this pitch, it looks absolutely incredible, and these players will be taking away some memories from this ground of playing on a Premier League ground. It will be amazing memories for these young kids. We're going to play 2 halves of 35 minutes, and it will go straight to penalties if they are tied at the end of, I said 90. If you're tied at the end of 70, and there is going to be a water break, that they will take 18 minutes into the first half. So conditions are very hot. It's a fairly big pitch out there as well. So and of course under 14s, these kids have only just really started playing on these really big pitches. So I think that's a wise choice there. But we're all set to go. We're just waiting for the teams to come out. While we're waiting, just in case you missed it, here is the Sussex schools lineup. A lot of different schools represented on both sides, to be honest. Sometimes you can see one school sort of dominate, but there's really I think there's only maybe one school that's got 2 players in a couple of occasions, and that's it. I don't think there's any that have got 3, unless it's just slipped me. It's a very well spread out selection, which also means that scouts are doing their hard work and they're finding people up and down the district to represent their team. That's the opening 11, the starting 11 for Sussex, and then on to the substitutes. As you see there, Oliver Hamer's just dropped to the bench. Not sure if there's a little injury or something that happened. It's only just been notified. Certainly earlier this week, Oliver was named in the starting 11, so I'm not sure what's behind that. But very likely, of course, all these players will get some time on the pitch. It may be that, it's certainly in some cases, we've seen that players are get a big change around at half time, and of course we've got rolling substitutes as well. So there's players will be on and off as they see fit. Just having a little look at some of the background. I mentioned earlier that Kent beat South Yorkshire 2-1 after extra time in their previous match here, and then as for Sussex, well, we've taken byes aside, they beat Suffolk, so around the M25 up to the Ipswich area. They beat. They beat them 7-0. A really solid performance with Bandona scoring 3, Morling 2, and Freddie Hammond and Dylan Hurst getting on the score sheet. And then it was out to Wales for round 3 for the semi-finals, an away trip to Wales, and it was a 3-2 victory after extra time with Lawson, Akbood and Hurst all scoring on that occasion. This is a centenary for Kent Schools FA. It's 100 years that schools football has been operating in this district, and of course severely hampered by the pandemic. Not a lot of football being played. Normally Kent's activities involve 25,000 people each season. They run 10 county teams, 13 inter-school knockout competitions for boys and girls, an under-19 league. They have 6 inter-district competitions at secondary school level, 6 futsal competitions at secondary schools. Futsal is a very exciting form of the sport indoors. No weather affecting those events. And then plenty of inter-school under-11 competitions for schools as part of the ESFA competition network. And also 9-a-side cup competitions, festivals, 4 small-sided tournaments for under-11s. Kent guys really do put in a lot of work and put in a great shift for football with kids in the district. And of course we've seen Kent a fair few times at district level. They've appeared in many finals over the years. Going back to 2001-2002, they had probably their best season, winning 4 regional competitions and reaching 2 national finals. But they've always been strong, and they've been a team that we've seen many, many times. I'm just looking through their list of achievements, which I won't sort of go through one by one, but they've certainly done very, very well, and they're a team that I've certainly seen a number of times. And a couple of players who've moved on to the professional game. Chris Smalling, who's obviously done pretty well for himself at Manchester United, played for England. He's now at AC Milan. And Alessio Russo is a Manchester United player currently with the England Lionesses. I think the team should be coming out any second now. Just looking at Sussex side of things, well, of course we've seen quite a bit of Sussex over the years as well. Both teams are no strangers to our cameras. They won 2019. They won the under-16 National Cup. The under-18 team were finalists. And going back 2016, both the under-18 under-16 teams won the National Cup. And in 2014, their under-14 team reached the National Cup finals also. So they've had continued success over recent years. I'm also told that they're gonna, well, they should be coming out in a second, but I don't think they don't show any signs of coming out yet. I don't know why. Yes, he's not at AC Milan. You're right. My cameraman's just told me Chris Smalling plays for Roma, not AC Milan. So thank you, Sean. I thought you were only an anorak in terms of rugby stats. Football stats is good. Here we come. Applause from the parents. The teams are coming out. And on a beautiful, hot summer's day in Southampton. Here the one of our ESFA men on the tannoy here. Kent in white, Sussex in yellow and blue. So here we go. Our officials. We have Harry Waldron is our referee. We've seen a lot of Harry over the years. Elijah Cara is the assistant. Sam Rowell, also the assistant. Etienne Wilson is the fourth official. I think both our assistant referees, I just want to call them linesmen, I'm old school, are both under 18. As you can see, they're both young lads, so a great day for them as well in what must be a really good day out. So they have their photos taken and we'll have the toss of the coin. So referee Harry Waldron just chatting to both players. There's the throw of the coin. And fair to say, both teams can't wait to get started. Yes, don't forget the the banner. Okay, we're ready to go. There's been a little bit of a delay and a wait here, but as you can hear, both teams the referee Harry Waldron gets ready to get play underway. Here we go. That's a very interesting start. Was that a shot on goal straight away? Gives the goalkeeper an early touch for sure. Ball's thrown down the line, trying to get Mondona, but Mondona wasn't quite there yet. Strong challenge early on, but Kent come away with the ball. Here's Mondona trying to get on the end of this, but Well cleared there by Harry Webster. Donor again. There's the ball back. Matthew Hayden, captain, goes back to Farrell. Farrell plays inside, back to Hayden. Happy just to play the ball around a little bit at the back. And referee's on that very quickly. There's Ben White. Has fouled Harry Lawson there. Sussex. So far Sussex first 2 minutes in, and at the moment, apart from a shot from the kickoff by Kent, Sussex have had the ball. And there's a dangerous free kick, but just a little bit too long. And through to Carter Sullivan. Great to see football at this level, playing football from the back. Kobe Farrell there just playing a good ball down the line. Hammond trying to get on that. Does so. Back to Hayden. This time lost by Lawson in midfield, and now Kent for the counter. As bodies in the box, here is Heisman, goalkeeper, is out smartly. Mansell does well. Ball played through there, and Kent again on the counter-attack. Heisman down this left-hand side is number 14 Safa, who has been dangerous. He's scored goals for Kent. Charlie Clayton down the line. Domer trying to get on the end of it, but cleared away again by effective Kent defence. Lawson. There was Archie Eaton out on the left. Sussex win the throw. Ferner comes short. Eaton missed him out. Another throw. Eaton finds Mandoma. Mandoma does well there under severe pressure, does really well. Back to Eaton. Lawson. Kent put in some good pressure on here. And eventually pays off, and they get the throw. Good play here from Kent. George Bowman, the number 2. Interesting from Kent there. Really weren't letting Sussex pass the ball around them. Lots of pressure going on, and in the end, they got possession themselves. Here's Bailey Cotton with the throw for Kent. To go short to Waldock, but changes his mind. Lovely interception from Hayden, the captain, but what a tackle that is. Well, here's the break from, and the goalkeeper's coming out. And Sullivan does well there. That was a really good passage of play there. A couple of fierce tackles in midfield. Skills from Charlie Clayton. Luke State. Both teams very comfortable. Favell puts his left back into a little bit of difficulty there, you could say. That's Kai Birchley probably not wanting the ball in that position. And again, Kent interceptor pass forward. It's very hot conditions out there. A little bit of space starting to open up, you feel, out here at the moment. Mansell clears that one up. That's a great kick from Mansell as well. Finds Eaton on the left. Clear. At the moment, it's certainly Sussex who are just having the largest share of possession. No real chances either way. 7.5 minutes on the clock. This Esfa PlayStation FC Under 14 County Cup for boys. Heisman. There's Ben White there, and a foul from behind. Kent get a chance just to put their foot on the ball and work something out here. Tried to go long over the back, and well, Hayden really does look a footballer, doesn't he? The way he just brought that down, knew all the way where his opponent was. Just chested the ball down, and here he comes forward, sees a little gap. Under pressure from Jimmy Heisman. Farrell. Out to Birchley. On to Lawson. Nice interplay here from the Sussex boys. Nice skill there, that was beautifully played by Eaton. Ball swung in, there's opportunities here for Sussex. They've got one of their taller players coming into the box, seeing half an opportunity for a cross ball. He just came in a fraction too late though, wasn't there for the actual cross. Intriguing match this is, yeah, really intriguing match. Kent looking very good at the back, but also Sussex as well. Very much a midfield battle between these two teams. Ndoma, that's cleared by White. Sorry, Webster there, Harry Webster. The referee is going to give a handball. They're not very happy with that. There's Jacob Saffer there who was penalised. Scored a goal in the semi-final against South Yorkshire County Schools. Ferner. Hammond collects the ball, but it's going to be Eaton who will take the throw-in. Again, Kent decided to put the pressure on when the opportunity is there. But what a lovely ball that is. Here's Eaton down the left. Wonderful drag back. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. Freddie Hammond just miscontrolling the ball. Really enjoyable start to this game. Both teams, there's quality all over this field. Looks like Dean Forbes is the ball up for Kent. Nothing really happening there for Harry Webster, so it goes back again. Here's Forbes. Now, a longer ball over the top. Sussex swallowing those up easily. Kent might have to rethink their options going forward here. Just giving the ball away at the moment when they play the ball upfield like that. And Sussex did exactly the same. Good challenge. Here's an opportunity, and Heisman is got half a chance here. Hammond shows incredible composure there just to knock that ball back to the goalkeeper under quite a bit of pressure. Kai Birchley, lovely turn, taking on his man as well. Birchley heads it out. That's going to be a throw to Sussex as it hits the player prone on the ground. George Beaumont. No real chances either way so far, but the goalkeeper's been called on to make a... Not sure we really have a shot on target. I don't think you could say that first that from the kickoff was a shot on target. Sun just goes down a little bit here and gives the players a bit of welcome shade. The referee has overruled the linesman there and given the throw to Kent. Beaumont wants it played short and he gets it. Doesn't have a lot of options though. And offside. Heisman, who seems to be heavily involved in every move so far with Kent. Talisman figure in the centre. Him and Bowman both, as you see, as they're lined up there. Heisman's on the left side, Bowman's taken up the right channel. Oh, that's wonderful play from Safa. Finds a spare man, and Freddie Cowan here. Kent have got a few players up for this, but doesn't find a Kent man. Header won by White. Birchley's going to have to get in quickly on here, and he's shrugged off the ball well by Beaumont. Referee might blow up here, but he's let them carry on. What a great battle those two are having. Number 2, George Beaumont for Kent, and number 3, Kai Birchley for for Sussex, having a right tussle up there. Okay, we're going to see a little bit more of that in minutes to come. Foul given. Nice to see a few parents out. I think it's probably a shorter trip for the Sussex boys, so pretty sure that there'll be Sussex supporters, and probably got a lot of Kent's family friends actually watching this webcast live. Here's Heisman. Again, good play from Heisman. He's been one of the standout players so far on the Kent side. White looks to play the ball through. Shot blocked. That's a lovely ball through. He's what a brilliant, and he was offside. But that was superb defending. Well, we'll have a look at that again in a second, because that really was, again, he's really stood out already, the captain Matthew Hayden for Sussex, but that had goal written all over it, and Heisman was actually just a fraction offside, but Hayden wasn't to know that. Well, let's have a little look at that again. This was wonderful. What a lovely ball this is as well. You see, he looks up, sees the opportunity, and oh, that was wonderful, wonderful defensive play there from Matthew Hayden. Early Cotton just drops it back. Here's Dean Forbes all the way back to Sullivan in goals. He will come out left. That was Harvey Webster there. Heisman. Again, Heisman just first to get the ball, and referee's going to well, stop that, and he'll also stop his watch because we now have a water break. So I don't know what to do with our clock. Do we stop our clock? You know, I'm going to stop our clock. It's not something that's commonly done. We do it quite a lot in rugby with water breaks, and I think we always stop the clock on those occasions. So, well, we'll find out, won't we, at the end? They're definitely not playing, that's for sure. So there's no point having a clock running for no reason. Well, so far, pretty even. No real major chances. I suppose the replay that we just showed a fraction ago, you could say was getting close, but even then that was an offside. But there are opportunities coming for both teams by the looks of it, and you'd be surprised if this ended 0-0. But then again, at the moment, it's defences pretty much on top. Really good football being played by both sides, and a chance here for the managers and coaches just to have a few words. In fact, look, you can see it here on the left, they've got the board out, they're talking about positions. This is a very technical talk from the Sussex crew. And Kent, I think they're just a little bit more relaxed, but talking to individual players and passing on a few observations to individuals. So two very different styles you see there. So we play two halves of 35, of course, at this age group. And it will be straight to pens if we're still tied. And well, I suppose it has to be said, you know, don't be surprised if it ends 0-0, because although there are a few little half chances here and there, here we are a quarter of the way through the match and there's nothing major in terms of a real goal scoring opportunity. Okay, so everybody's had their drink. Just wonder whether that's going to become more commonplace. Oh, that's a lovely cross in. Goalkeeper's hesitated a little bit, and in the end does well to recover. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see water breaks continue. That would be interesting. Of course, they all started with part of the COVID situation, but whether we'll see that as a more regular occurrence, I don't know. We'll see. That's going to be handball. That was Bailey Cotton, number 5 for Kent. Almost an involuntary arm up. Sussex go long. Central defensive pair. Harry Webster has been just about winning everything up there. Here's Heisman again, plays a lovely ball into space. But Luke State, I think the central defensive pairings of both teams look very strong in the middle. And at the moment, it really has been a case of nothing has passed them by. There's a shot from distance. It's wide, but well, it's a shot off target, but it's a shot. Yes, I really like both these partnerships. Dean Forbes and Harry Webster at the back for Kent, and then Matthew Hayden and Luke State for Sussex. Really good combination, both players. You hear the seagulls in the distance. Forbes goes long, but not as long as he'd have liked, but Kent managed to pick that up. It's a solid tackle from Birchley there, who's shown before he's not scared to come away with a ball. Mandoma, who has been quite quiet really for the last 15 minutes or so, had a few little moves early on, but that's a beautiful ball in. The goalkeeper's going to have to clear this out, and it does very well, does Mansell. Plays the ball to Birchley. Kent started to find some. Well, Hayden does really well, and in fact goes and beats his player, and oh my goodness, this is tremendous play from Hayden. He will pass it eventually, and then ironically gives the ball straight to the opposition. What play that was. There's a little bit of a Virgil van Dijk about him, isn't there? Yeah, he's having a little rest, and I don't blame you after that little escapade, taking on just about everybody. Webster again, solid with the tackles. It's interesting, you know, Webster's going in for all the challenges, and Forbes picks up anything that comes loose behind. At the moment, Webster's not let a lot go through at all. Charlie Clayton with the throw. Tries to take on his man. Let's have a little look at this piece of play here. Ball comes in. Matthew Hayden's watching it all the way. To start with, he's thinking, well, I'll let this go to the goalkeeper, and then goes, right, okay, that's not going to happen. Let's go around. And while I'm at it, I'll take a few on. Here's another one who's going to overcommit himself. I'll just go past. Just makes it look so easy. Beautiful play. And here's a counter-attack already from Kent. And here's a quick opportunity. Hayden's in there. Well, we almost missed it showing a previous Hayden moment, and here's another one. Watch this ball over the top. That was wonderful play. Real opportunities. Potential question mark for offside there, but Hayden's in on the slide and clears out. And first corner of the match. 25 minutes here for Kent. Interesting situation we've got here. All the players are outside the box. There's literally just a couple of players in the 6-yard box. Quite often you see it the other way around. And they've gone for the little chip into the centre, and the referee's just seen a little nudge. And Kent, who brought up both their centre halves for that, sent them scurrying back. That's a very unusual corner routine, wasn't it? There's virtually nobody in the box. Everybody was just on the outside. Ten minutes to go in this first half, plus whatever our referee Harry Waldron adds on. Again, he's managed to just win that header, but here's that battle again between Birchley and Beaumont. You definitely sense that Kent have got the upper hand at the moment. No doubt Sussex started on top. Sullivan goes out wide to Bailey Cotton. Jacob Saffer does brilliantly there. Heisman's hunting in on the back of this, but Hayden's giving himself a bit of space and lets the goalkeeper clear this one as Alfie Mansell goes long. Hammond. Freddie Hammond. Beautiful skill from Hammond there. That's a great ball out wide. Now Eaton looking to... sorry, not Eaton. Ferner looking to get on the back of this. Goal kick given. Or maybe not. Well, there you go. Real confusion. I think everybody took a look at the referee and the players, and the ref had to come down and just clear that he had given the corner after all. So now first corner of the match for Sussex. It's a beautifully taken corner as well as a free header there for Birchley. But instead of going for goal, he went across goal. Long distance shot over the bar. Well, really interesting passage of play there. A few opportunities for both teams. Kent in particular starting to feel a little bit more up for it. As goalkeeper plays a wonderful little ball there. Took a bit of a gamble. Very close to one of the strikers for Kent, but again Sussex giving the ball away just a little bit too easily at the moment. There's a shot from Saffa, who's got way underneath it again, and you could hear the scream of anguish from him as that ball went into row Z, and I think we need another ball from the benches. So that one's not going to be easy to find. What if they just send somebody out to go and get the balls afterwards? They must do. Otherwise, there's lots of presents for next time Southampton play a home match here. Somebody's going to find a ball under their chair. Goalkeeper again just plays an unusual goal kick. This is a little bit more risky. I think that one was more of a miss kick. But got away with it. And Doma chests it back to Hammond. Solid tackle. A round of applause there as Ben White clears that ball out of play. Eastman wins the ball off Hayden. Hayden again. Just gets comes out on top on that little encounter. Header won by Forbes. Cleared by State. Given away again, and White picks this one up, goes out wide for Beaumont. Inside, appeal for handball against Safa, not given. Barely Cotton goes back out to White again, to Safa. Beaumont. Safa will put the ball in, and that was brilliant play from Hayden again, because that was Harry Waldock coming in. Hayden wasn't actually marking him, he'd got Heisman marked. And saw that Harry Waldock was coming in unmarked and moved across and managed to block the shot. Appeals from somebody. There's definitely one Kent parent there. I heard a big shout out as ball's over the back, but Mansell happy to clear that one up. Oh, long distance effort. Well, two passages of play here. First of all, here's the cross coming in. You can see that Hayden's marking the man behind, realises that there's a move. And here's the shot we just saw a second ago as well. It's Charlie Clayton there, who was taking on a few people, sees defenders going backwards, decides to have a go, and that is not far away whatsoever. A couple of substitutions taking place, you can just see up at the top for Sussex. Just a few minutes to go in this first half. Looks like we've more forward attacking players. It looks like Furner and Eaton may be off. And on is Kieran Morling. And I think that could be Theo Marion. I think it was number 15, I could just see that. Really good play from Freddie Cowan there. Real bravery to try and lift the ball over defender and his opponent and go around him. Just the ball just a little bit slow there. Wonderful skills here from Webster, who's, well, he's been doing a brilliant job at the back, but got caught out up front here. It's a substitute. Sorry, number 12 is Kean Walling, who came on just now. Final minute of normal play, and then we're just going to see how long the referee will add on here. Hopefully we'll see a board go up at some stage. Here's an opportunity now. Oh, what a finish! Goal for Kent. They take the lead, and you've got to say that this is actually probably a fair scoreline with what we've seen for the last 20 minutes or so. It's the number 14, just as the clock goes red. Jacob Safa. Who scores. Here's Mandoma. He's got a really, that's a great quality cross, and Forbes couldn't get a foot to it, had to be cleared up behind him by Taylor. Well, we haven't seen a board go up, we haven't heard an announcement, but we are in additional time here now. Plenty of bodies in and around the box now. They've certainly pushed him more. That's a dangerous cross. Forbes, really important header at the back post. He had a player right on his shoulder there. And now, oh, well, the referee is going to blow for whistle, and that will be half-time here. Well, a thoroughly entertaining match, and definitely a round of applause from the small splattering of spectators here in the stadium, but really has been an enjoyable game. And well, they're going to, it looks like they're going back into the change rooms. Half time here at St Mary's Stadium in Southampton. It's Kent Schools 1, Sussex Schools 0. And let's have a look at that goal. There's been quite a few little highlights, but let's have a look at the goal, which we didn't manage to show straight away, but here we see it again now. There's the flick on, and this is the move here. This is brilliant skill. I've really been impressed by Heisman. Played it through to Safa, and what a finish from Safa. And that goal is the difference between the two teams. See the celebrations here from the kids. It's just pile on top of him. So half time here. It's Kent 1, Sussex 0. We'll be back for the second half very shortly. So, second half about to get underway here at St Mary's Stadium with Sussex schools in the blue and Kent schools in the white. Kent leading by that one goal scored by Jacob Saffer. So Sussex putting a few extra bodies on the right hand side for the kick-off. Really enjoyed that first half, I've got to say. Quality of football always in these inter-county, inter-district matches, always so enjoyable. And this has been no exception. We do have a Man of the Match award, which will be we'll be choosing 2 players from each side for a little Twitter vote. Those of you on Twitter. And you'll be able to vote which player you liked the most. Forbes is appealing, but the referee has given the corner. Cian Morling has been quite busy since he came on, with 5 minutes to go. Cleared for corner, and a few questions there. I think there was a bit of a push on the back there of Ben White. He's going up for the header and suddenly got a big nudge in the back. The referee didn't give it. So a bit of early pressure here from Sussex. Everybody's crowding in and about that penalty spot. 6 players just fighting for space, and there's a bit of a wrestling match going on in the middle of all that as well. Harry Waldron, yeah, just calm down, lads. He's not even put the ball down on in the quadrant yet. There's no need to be fighting over space. That's a fierce cross, and the goalkeeper stayed on his line for that. And well, the Kent defence did really well there. There's been a few substitutions by the looks of it. That will be offside, but it's all he can play on. There's Saffer was wanting the ball, but he'd already run ahead of it. A bit of football tennis at the moment. The ball shoots backwards and forwards. Really needed to spread the ball out left there. Again, they don't. Looks like Sussex had really wanted to put their attack down the right hand side. I don't know if that's something that's been said. Hayden did really well there under quite a bit of pressure as the ball looked like going out, and he managed to scoop it over the top of the advancing Kent player. Heisman really enjoyed the battle between Heisman and Hayden, 2 really good players. Here's Birchley down the left, another player who's he might be playing left back, but he's doing so much on the attacking sense as well for his team. Archie Nelson was the substitute, number 16. I'll just get a view of him down the bottom of the screen now. Sometimes hard to tell the numbers in the bright sunlight, but Archie Nelson was our substitute that came on. In fact, number 15 is also on, so Theo Marion, so that could have been a half-time. We don't get the benefits of boards held up at half-time to let us know any substitutions. Well, it might be something that goes on my little wish list for the ESFA competitions people. Well, second half starting very similar to the first. Kent just can't get out of their half, and Sussex started on fire in the first half. really had Kent encamped in their half, and it's got to be said, here we are 5 minutes into the second half, it's pretty much the same situation. I will be, in about 10 minutes time, I'll give you my player of the match nominations. There's a couple of substitutes going on up top. There you can see number 2 and number 9. It's a complete change of the forward line, so it's obviously been prepared in advance. So off goes Jimmy Heisman and George Bowman, the 2 strikers. They really have put in a shift. Two lads up front on their own against 4 players, and now fresh legs are on. The Sussex players look across to see who their new opponents are going to be. We'll pick up on their numbers shortly. Nice play from Harry Waldock there. Puts in Freddie Cowan. Straight through to, well, here's one of our substitutions, Max Woodfine. Oh, that's brilliant play from Woodfine. What a first touch that is! Keeper comes out and does well. What a start for Woodfine. Well, that certainly will have alerted the defensive side of the Sussex team. I'm sure they'd be quite happy to have seen the 2 forwards go off that they've had a real handful with, and here's Mr. Woodfine, who's a handful himself. Safa comes short with the cross, but again Sussex just giving the ball away on their passing out of play. Cotton with the throw. Nice touch there from Waldock. Woodfine's looking for this. It's good play in. Is he onside? He was onside. No flag from the linesman. Charlie Phillips, the other substitute, playing in a brilliant ball there, and Safa had half a chance for a second. Lovely little flick from Hurst. I think all the substitutes have pretty much been on there. Dylan Hurst from St Andrew's School. Number 14 is on. I just can't see number 13 at the moment, but that's of course quite likely to be the reserve goalkeeper, so I might need to check the number on the back of the goalie. I'm actually only seeing the pictures that you are seeing. I'm actually not at the ground myself. Oh, here's a chance for Sussex. That's a great ball. Well, what a tackle. Archie Nelson looked as if he was going to be on the end of that one, but cleared well. And here's Kent on the counter-attack now. Safa. Woodfine. Woodfine's got a player in the middle if he can play it across in time. Screams for the ball to be played back there. There's Phillips. What a chance that Kent, and the new forward line does look pretty energetic, doesn't it? Here's Phillips again. He's going all himself, and he's played in a chance. Here's Safa, and Safa is given offside, and he can't believe that. He really doesn't think that he was offside there. Well, there's a shoelace. Let's have a little look ourselves, because we can see ourselves. We get the benefit of replay. So here we go. Here's the ball played across, and the question is he offside? I think he's staying on. Is he just? I think he is. I think the linesman has done. And you know what? He didn't need to make that move. He could have just stood still, and still would have been through with a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It's really frustrating there for Jacob Safa. So Kent really should be 2-0 up. But while there's only one goal in it, it's still all to play for. Phil Marion just getting the ball stuck underneath his feet there, but manages to recover. Madoma, who's dropped back a little bit. He was started off as the out and out up front, but he seems to be more of an advancing midfield role rather than the straight on forward. Referee's given a free kick there for maybe a 2-over physical challenge. Sussex go long. Flicked on. Mandoma's trying to get on the end of it, but again it's cleared well by Hugo Taylor. Defensive line of Kent has been superb. And Woodfine and Phillips have got energy to burn up front, haven't they, for Kent? "25 minutes to go in this under-14 PlayStation FC County Cup for boys, run by the England Schools FA. And the referees, that's a good call from the referee there. Little tug back on the shirt. I think we saw it clearly with our cameras. I think nobody saw it on the far side, which is why you heard the reaction. And again, Sussex have another opportunity, but the pattern has been they've played the long ball and it's just been headed away by a very strong Kent defence. I'll see this again. And they're queuing up in the Kent defence to win that. There was 3 players. The ball has come loose. Oh, there's an opportunity! What a chance for an equaliser! Well, we'll just take a look at that in a second. Real opportunity there for Sussex to long distance shot, but goalkeepers handled that comfortably. Let's have a look at that chance here. You see the defenders queuing up to head the ball away. There's a little bit of a skirmish, a missed kick there, and what a chance that was for the number 14, for Dylan Hurst. Well, it's time to vote for your player of the match. We've got 4 players nominated, 2 from each team. So if you get onto the Schools Football, at Schools Football Twitter, There's a little poll on there for you. And the 4 players nominated, the 2 from Sussex in blue are the left back, Kai Birchley, number 3, and number 4, in fact you see both on the screen there, the captain Matthew Hayden. And for Kent, it's number 18, Harry Webster, who's been enormous at the back for Kent. And also number 9, Jimmy Heisman, who's actually on the bench at the moment. And I think it's fair to say it's always difficult with a man of the match. You try and sort of get the man of the match voted and played for beforehand, and you, in effect, there's a couple of substitutes that have come on who both look very, very good on both teams. Here's another one of them. Here's Dylan Hurst, who's been really lively since he's come on. He's loosed out the ball there. Here's Phillips. Big cry of shoot goes out. And already our first cramp case. So yeah, get yourself onto Schools Football Twitter. Get your vote in as to who you think your man of the match is going to be. I certainly have my personal preference, you could say, but not viewed as my count. As it is, there's still only 1 goal in it. And I think while there's still only 1 goal in it, there's every chance. Just not sure what that noise is in the background. It's some, maybe the groundsman or something is. Sounds like some machinery in the distance. As I said earlier, I'm only seeing the pictures you guys are seeing, so I'm as puzzled as you really as to what that noise is. Looks like we've got substitutions taking place. I can hear, I don't know if our cameraman was able to show us, but pretty sure we've just had a substitution take place. Just heard some applause in the background there. Or was it maybe a cramp, because the referee has gone all the way over. Whatever, we're ready to carry on, and there's 18 minutes to go here. That one's played a lot more directly, and it's an own goal. Sussex are back in this. That really was a difficult ball to deal with, as we saw last night in the Germany-France match. Let's have a look at this again. It's hit from distance, and well, there's applause all round. I think I'm not sure who actually scored that one. I think it came off a Kent player first, but it may have hit a. I think it was the number 14. I'm just having a little look on our camera behind, and I think the number 14 here, as the referee just stops players, we have another water break. Let's look at this again. I think it was number 14 here who gets in around the back. The substitute, you can see he's onside. It's been left, yes, number 14, not an own goal. It is. Our substitute Dylan Hurst, who I mentioned earlier, may have been, if he'd have been on a little bit earlier, could have been on our little man on the match nominations, but as it is now, with well, 15 minutes to go, we'll stop the clock at this point as we have the water break. It really is all to play for, and you've got to say that Sussex probably do deserve to be back in this game. We really have put the pressure on in the second half. So just to remind you, the 4 players who are nominated for our man of the match, I've got to say, I'm not sure. We could probably put anybody else in this, but in my view, there's maybe 1 or 2 players who really do stand out here. As Hayden for Sussex, Birchley for Sussex, Webster for Kent, and Heisman for Kent. Those are our 4 players who are nominated. Get your votes in. The winner will be picking up the Man of the Match award at the end of this game, whenever it could be. There's a few slouching shoulders there from the Kent team. They're obviously really disappointed. I'm not sure the defender who was involved, but there was definitely a player who was he left the ball to go through to the goalkeeper, and of course that wasn't a good thing to do. Okay, quite a quick water break there for our players. And of course, well, we've only 15 minutes to go and the score's still being tied. It's the sort of thing where maybe a few of these managers on the benches are going to be starting to think about their lineups. Woodfine really getting involved there, and the goalkeeper doesn't go down to pick it up. He actually dribbles it. That's quite an unusual bit of play. Mansell did well there. Now State on to goal scorer Hurst. Tries to play State back in, but didn't work out. Clayton chasing the ball down and Kent clear their lines, but it's just a big up and under at the moment, and it really is Sussex who are playing to the tempo of the match. They really are on top here at the moment. Kent seem to be just playing hopeful balls, and it wasn't too long ago it was Sussex that were giving the ball away on a regular basis. Now it's Kent. Forbes putting a bit of pressure on, but it's good play from Sussex, and still gets through both Forbes and Webster there. Long distance shot, just over. There's no doubt the Sussex tails are up, and there's a few hands on hips on the Kent side at the moment. Winner from Marcel Toller. Phillips, he'd left that to Woodfine, but Woodfine was saying, no, that's yours, Charlie. It's Birchley who likes to play a little bit. Woodfine goes barging in like a bull in a china shop there, and Birchley still comes away with it, and that's why he's on my list for a potential man of the match here, because he has definitely got something. He was under real pressure there from a few players and just showed great composure, left them behind, and in the end he left the ball for one of his colleagues, but could easily have picked the ball back up again. Special bit of skill there from Birchley. Solid tackle from Ben White there. Back to Hayden. We've not seen so much from Hayden in the second half, as Sussex have definitely been much more on top. Here's Birchley. He doesn't need a second excuse to stretch the legs and get down the wing. Nice ball forward. And here's Kian Morling, the early substitute, onto one of the other substitutes. He's not going to have a shot from that distance, is he? Surely is Marion. And Charlie Clayton having a wild cross on the right. 13 minutes to go here at St Mary's. There are more games to come on the ESFA YouTube channel, and for sure I think there are some games we might be seeing on the 3rd and 4th of July. There's certainly a lot more matches. Trying to get back. Here's a long distance shot. Oh, so close. Look at this one again. Beautiful turn away here, and well, Luke State, that was not far away at all. Kent goes short. But they do have a real threat up front, the two Kent boys, Phillips and Woodfine. The referee's seen a little tug and decides he's going to give Kent a free kick. Opportunity for Kent. They've got 6 in the box. Centre halves up as well. They've got some real height up there, but that's a wasted kick. And now a chance on the counter-attack as the Kent defenders are all still up front. Oh, just overruns the ball. How frustrating is that? Now here's Phillips on the counter. Hayden squares up to him. Woodfine. He's got one to beat. He'll try and beat him. We've seen his style before. Got some silky skills as well for quite a big lad. Now was Safa's trying to get on. Safa trying to get on the end of that one. Goal scorer from the first half, but nothing falling Kent's way at the moment. And that's beautiful play in midfield. Sussex again, another turn inside. Freddie Hammond. That's wonderful play. He's really starting to enjoy himself out here. That ball is just out. Be a goal kick for Kent. Well, now 10 minutes to go. Some of the Southampton staff are still doing some of their work in the background. You can see there. A great pitch to play on. Of course, a lot of these pitches, not just at Premier League level, are used for a variety of things after the end of the season. So you can see this pitch has been played on a little bit. A few little bold patches. Gransden's probably off on holiday somewhere. This is I was going to say this is their rest period, but groundsmen never truly rest, do they? They're always working on the grass. Quite often they're digging it up and putting a new pitch down. Oh, wonderful defending there from Dean Forbes. Kept his eye on the ball despite the Ronaldo-type step-overs coming towards him. He just was focused on the ball there and won it cleanly. Feel now, with just 8 minutes plus on the clock, it's a moment for somebody to step in. Luke State. That's a wonderful cross hit. That's a free header. And Cian Morling, what a chance there. And he ended up into the goalkeeper's arms. But again, Sussex have another great chance. All came from a packed midfield move as well. They really are starting to get into their flow of Sussex. You feel there's only one winner in this game at the moment. Woodfine is offside. Well, let's look at this chance again. Really enjoying Luke State's play. I think if I was to maybe be nominating man of the match, I might have a couple of different names on that, and Luke State might be one. What a ball that is across. It's missed in the centre, and Cian Morling tried to guide it into the corner, and just, of course, that accuracy. Can you truly nailed the corner from there. In the end, it ended up straight at the goalkeeper, but either side, that could have been a goal. And here's Marion Hurst, the goal scorer. Back out wide yet again to Clayton, who's causing chaos down that right. That's one of his crosses he doesn't want to be thinking too much about. He's getting a lot of ball up on that right hand side. It's Charlie Clayton, the number 7. Some of his balls are, you could say, not out of the handbook, but he has been able to put some great ones in. That certainly isn't a great one from the back from Webster. Kent really do look as if they've run out of ideas at the moment. Gone of the midfield dominance that we saw from Kent has totally gone. And now it's all one-way traffic. Here's State. State will have a go. 2 bodies in the way. Clayton wants to go outside again. That's wonderful play. Here's Safa, the goal scorer. Safa tries to play in Phillips. And Hayden gets himself into trouble here. He loses the ball out. Woodfine, he's got some pace. We've already seen that up against Birchley. Woodfine plays a great cross very early on. I think it caught everybody by surprise there. Phillips tries to back heel and take Hayden on. I don't think anybody's going to do that to Matthew Hayden. What a great passage of play that is. And there's a perfect example. I think Kent boys are looking a bit drained, a bit out of ideas, but the ball goes up front and Phillips and Woodfine are both with energy to burn at the moment. It only needs one half opportunity. I think there's also the benefit of course, these two, we've got fresh legs on, and the whole defence for Sussex have already had quite a tough time out there. They've already been dealing with the starting forwards. That'll be a potential shot from Lawson, who gets a heavy challenge. Referee is going to have a word there. More of a tired challenge and a heavy challenge from Ben White, who's put in a lot of work in that midfield, but now he's part of a midfield that's a bit overrun there. There just seems to be an extra 2 bodies in the Sussex midfield. 4 minutes to go. Woodfine comes back as well. Got 5 in the wall. So there's only Phillips has stayed up front. It is going to be a shot on goal. It does deflect, and it will be a corner. Really enjoyed watching the Germany versus France match in the Euros last night. One thing I noticed there was Germany had a free kick from a very dangerous position, and Lloris only put 2 players on the wall, and he was basically saying, look, you can't beat me from there. Was proven correct. That's a dangerous corner into the box. That would be a goal kick. I think the Sussex player is pretty convinced. Kieran Wallen was pretty convinced it flicked off Dean Forbes as well on the way out, but the referee's having none of that. So get your votes in for your player of the match. Voting will be closed fairly shortly, I believe, so if you're intending to vote, get yourself in there. I think at this stage I usually give my player that's really caught the eye for myself. Not that it matters, of course. There's no trophy from myself. That one has gone out of play. Besides, I'm a couple of 150 miles away in Birmingham, commenting on these matches. The referee has just said, he just said 3 minutes to somebody. There's another substitution going on. I don't know if our cameraman can show us what's changing here. We do only have the one camera on this game. We'll just see, I think that's Matthew Hayden coming off. No, sorry. What am I talking about? That's. I'll check that again. I was going on the hairstyle, but definitely not Matthew Hayden because he's placed at the back for Sussex. Getting my teams mixed. It's been a long day. A couple of minutes to go, and well, Sussex probably the only team that's really chasing this down. They would almost certainly be wanting extra time, but they're not going to get it, and it will be down to the luxury of penalties, won't it? Ball stayed in play. Morling does well. Tried to play in. Just trying to catch a number. I think that could be Kobe Akbude. Is that number 13? I'll have to check that. But, benefits of having more than one camera. But yeah, we're just single camera coverage here today from St Mary's. A few of the players really looking a bit worse than well. I think they're very happy there's going to be no extra time. Pretty sure that is Akbude who's on for Sussex. And here's Clayton again. He really wants to take on his opposing number. Freddie Cowan wants a foul there for a little bit of contact after the ball, but linesman's not going to give that one. It looks like actually that Mandoma is back on. The centre forward who came off a little bit earlier. Number 9 is back on, so number 13 is our reserve goalkeeper. Which, well, that's a giveaway free kick there. Is that really necessary at this stage in the match? That was Hugo Taylor there just giving away a needless free kick, and now, well, the referee says I want the ball. The referee is standing where the ball should be placed. I think we might have more substitutions. I don't know if we can no. Because of course this is the stage of the match now as our clock goes red, where players are going to be brought on based on their penalty taking ability as well. So I think that's why we've seen Mandoma come back on. I wouldn't be surprised if Heisman and Beaumont come back on, the two forwards, and Kent could end up with all their 4 forwards on the pitch. Well, this is a real opportunity. We might not get to penalties if this hits the back. Birchley fancies this one. Left back's going to have a go with his left foot. And that's not far away at all. It was an inviting position for a left-footed player to swing it into the corner. Just having a look at what players are on the pitch here. So I don't think we've seen any substitutions. I don't think there's been any movements from the Kent side of things. We've still got 12, 14 and 20 is still on. It looks like Kent are not making any changes, so they're forward starters. I'm not even sure if they're on the bench. They might be in the changing room getting showered, and so they've been told that their day's up. The referee decides he's going to get a yellow card out after all that. With seconds left, and it's probably because he spoke to Ben White a little bit earlier for a foul, as our noisy groundsman decides to scrape a few bins along the tarmac of St Mary's below us. Well, here we go, last big chance before penalties. Great winning header there from Hugo Taylor. That's one thing that Kent have been able to do time and time again. And Phillips, brilliant play from Phillips. Players would fine in. Phillips wants it back. There's a bit of overlap in the middle here, but he just couldn't get it through. That's a great switched ball. Last chance here for Kent. Woodfine plays it early. You know what? Safa was alone in the middle there. Goalkeeper would have fumbled that one. He was ready. Whistle's going to be blown any second now, surely. We're having a couple of little stoppages, but nothing heavy. I just heard, I think a substitution's taking place. If we can just see this cameraman. Who's going to come on? Can we see the substitute? Well, I think that's Heisman, who we mentioned earlier on, number 9. So it looks like, yeah, he's back on. So as we possibly expected, he's not in the changing room getting showered. He's taken his top off very quickly, and he's come on as an extra penalty taker for sure. Referee's looking at his watch. I think there may be time for one more by the looks of it. There's an overlap on the right here. Here's into the middle, and a goal for Sussex in what is probably the last kick of the match. Unbelievable. Sussex have won this match, and well, we go back a little way here, but this is a great attacking play. There's a couple of opportunities here for Sussex for Kent to clear. This is a great ball. There's the final whistle has gone. It really was the last kick of the match. Clayton crosses the ball in, and well, what a finish as we just see the celebrations here as Cian Morling puts the winning goal across the line. What a way to finish, and well, everybody here expected penalties. We were getting substitutions based on penalties, and what a cruel way to finish this match. Sussex win by 2-1, and I think overall you've got to say Sussex deserved the victory. They truly were running the game by the end, and Kent were very much hanging on. But what an extraordinary way to finish this. In fact, it was so exciting that our scoreboard man got the scores wrong. He gave the goal to Kent. Can you believe that? Well, that's a great way to finish it. Sussex Schools win by 2-1. And well, we're going to stay obviously for the presentations. Jeez, need to sit down after that. That was incredible. Well, while we wait for the presentations, let's just yes, they're very happy, aren't they? I'm sure that's going to be on some social media account very short. Let's just look at the 3 goals here from this match today. Started off in the first half. This is Heisman, who was impressive throughout. What a ball that was from Heisman. Plays in Jacob Safa, and Safa, what a dink over the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper could not do anything about that. Brilliant finish. And Kent 1-0 up. Just get back to the action just for a second. Here's the second goal. Corner came in. There was just a missed kick there from Hurst. Oh, in fact, this was the great chance. Sorry, what a chance that was. That really should have been, really should have been a goal for Sussex. But of course, it all came well for them in the end. Well, we're going to stay for the presentations. Back to a few more highlights here. This was a real oops. Well, let's just slow that down a second. Here we go, back to normal speed. And what a chance this is. This is great. This was given offside, rightly so, but I think Safa will probably, when he's going to bed tonight, will just be thinking maybe, just maybe, he should have held his position and just stood still instead of stepping forward. And well, this was an equalising goal, and I've just been saying how dominant they were at the back, and that one was left through to the goalkeeper, and of course Dylan Hurst just took a gamble and the ball came through to him, hit his knee and went in. And then here's the goal right at the end here. This was just half chances for Kent to clear, just wouldn't fall for them, but they've got plenty of bodies back. You can see Sussex have got 5 players up for this, and then great ball across. This was beautiful play and put into the back of the net by the number 12, Kian Morling, and the players are just mobbing each other and celebrating. There he is, the match winner, Kian Morling, and well, the man of the match will have finished now, so can have a quick look to see who's being awarded the man of the match. You'll be getting that later on, and yes, I don't think there's much doubt about it. Matthew Hayden has received the man of the match, number 4 for Sussex. He has been who's an extraordinary player, really. He's going to have a great future in the game. Now you see on the left, number 4, and he really has got some defensive abilities. I likened him a little bit to Virgil van Dijk, the way he plays the game and the way he's aware of all the players around him. And this is a lovely moment here actually for the whole team, just seeing they're just all having a discussion, all talking to the players. There's a round of applause there. Of course, this is probably their final match this season before they all break off for the summer holidays and well, wherever the holidays are going to be these days. Not really sure about that. And there's our man of the match, Matthew Hayden. I'm pretty sure in years to come we're going to see that young face, probably a little bit older, lighting up our screens in a wider arena. Hard to believe some of these kids are well, of course most from under 14. We are slightly out of our year bandings now with everything that's gone on with COVID. We're just getting ready for the trophies, so we'll leave it to the guy on the microphone down there, Darren from the USFA. We'll see Gary from 353 photography, not 365 photography as I once called him last week. All these numbers. And here's me working for 24/7. It's trophies are ready to be given out, so we'll hand over to Darren down there on the mic. Well done, Gabby. I think you just told the kids that the TV cameras are on this side, so they're pointing over here for us. Yep, they've been dragged from pillar to post, aren't they, poor kids? Now they've got to have pictures for the teachers and everybody else. Yeah, we are in the official TV gantry here at St Mary's, so we're in the best place for it. But yeah. Okay, well, the guys, it's not too long a journey for a lot of these kids all around Sussex. They've deservedly won this trophy, but well played to the Kent boys who just leave the venue, and they really gave up a good performance, and you know, it could have really gone either way at times. There's certainly some real attacking intent from all the players in the Kent team, but I was a little bit surprised when I saw both the forwards brought off, but when I saw the quality of what came on, it was no surprise whatsoever, and really enjoyable match with top players on both teams going head to head. Well, it's time for us to end our broadcast here on School's FA YouTube channel, as the kids can go and celebrate with their parents and go and have a little chat with them and throw lots of water on each other, of course. That's always the done thing these days. Well, my name's Adrian Battersby. Thank you very much for watching. These kids going to be very happy to see Matthew Hayden. He's had everything. He's got the player of the match. He took the trophy as winner, as the captain of the team. And good to see them all just acknowledging each other as well. Okay, kids will be kids. Okay, well look, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back for sure. We do have more ESFA games to come. We've got likely some games in early July as we try and rescue whatever we can from this season, and well, in many cases last season. Of course, this season never really happened at all, did it? But fingers crossed. We just can't wait for things to get going again next year. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.